back. You want it shortened, but not a taper, right?
No, I do want to taper.
You do want a taper?
Yeah.
Like a baby one?
Nah, mid.
And keep this?
Yeah.
You still want me to add texture right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my little cousin, and as you can see, he knows exactly what he wants. This is a popular haircut for, he's 15, he's either 14 or 15. This is a popular haircut for kids his age. He actually found the haircut on TikTok. So we're gonna start in the back. And this was when I just came back from London. This video is pretty old, so I was still getting used to the shear mechanics and the fluidity, still practicing. But this haircut's pretty simple. It's not the hardest thing in the world. The most important parts with this cut is texture, styling, and bulk. Those are the three main components. And my shears, as you can see, they're kind of dull. So if your shears are cutting like this or not cutting like this, you need them sharpened. And I got them sharpened right after this, I believe. I went to my guy. He's an older gentleman in New Jersey. Sharpens them bad boys, all my bad boys up. And sharpening shears, it's a long process. At least my guy takes pretty long because it's pretty intricate. It's not a simple task. And with adults, you can kind of like add your spin on a haircut, but kids want what they want. Kids are picky because I remember when I was a kid, I wanted what I wanted, no matter what. And the key is to keep the fringe long so it doesn't look like an Edgar. If you cut the fringe too sharp, it'll look like an Edgar, and they'll get laughed at in school. So don't do that. And we gave my cousin a mullet last time, like a burst mullet. I wasn't really feeling it. He wasn't really feeling it. So right now we're kind of just making adjustments from that last haircut, which is why I'm kind of parting it like this. And we're gonna clear this bulk just right here though. And we're gonna keep all the bulk above this for this style. And an easy way to add texture is to point cut the top. What this is doing, you're adding short pieces into longer pieces, which will make the longer pieces kind of sit differently. It's pretty simple. And I recommend doing the fringe separately just because sometimes they like it a different length. Most times kids want it right above their eyebrows or a little bit below it, or in between their real hairline and the eyebrows. Typically that's where they want it, typically, in my opinion. Now we're gonna begin the taper. Now remember, keep the bulk. It's simple. And we're gonna do the same thing, obviously, to the other side, making sure we keep the bulk. Now, if you're a mother or a father watching this and your son wants his haircut, there's a little bit of maintenance to it. I recommend getting some clay and some texture powder. I'll show you guys what it does at the end. That helps maintain the look. Most kids, they just style it with like a towel. They'll wet it and just style it that day and put a little bit of cream or paste in it. I recommend clay. Never was a fan of gel. That's more so for like classic haircuts, like slick backs and stuff, grease type styles. Styles like this is more modern, more kid friendly. A nice clay will suffice. And the powder really adds that bounce to it so that it sits well. Because most white boys, their hair is flat and it sits real flat. My cousin, his hair sits very well. It's not flat, it's pretty wavy. Not necessarily wavy, but it's thick. When it gets longer, it's wavy. He had pretty long hair before. Shout out to Easy Blade Shaving Products. Use my promo code The4thKen for 10% off. I'm gonna use the razor on his C cups. Now this is the part that's pretty important. We're gonna style it. So I add a little bit of water. That's gonna kind of activate the product. I'm gonna add the clay first just to give it that initial hold. Gonna blow dry that in. And then right after the clay, we're gonna add just a little bit of texture powder. We're gonna lift up his hair to make sure it gets into the crevices and kind of play with it. Just to make sure it's activated. And then as you can see, once we style it in the way it's gonna be worn, it's a little bulky. So we're gonna go back and kind of point cut and scissor over comb this area just to remove a little bit of the bulk. And this is a trick I like to use in a few seconds here. I'm gonna lift the hair up and kind of just point cut. That way it'll sit better on the hair. And then you go back and scissor over comb above it. And this is the final look. He liked it, he just wanted it a little bit more rough. So at the end, he kind of styled it more rough. But yeah, I think this cut came out dope. This is the before and this is the after. It's your boy 4 and I'm out. Peace.